This video is to show you how to open up and disconnect a NuTone IM3003 Master Station so you can send it to me for repair. You'll basically need just 3 items to do this job. You need a Phillips screwdriver, some masking tape, and a marker or a pen to write on the masking tape with. Before we remove this IM3003 mock-up, let's turn it on and take a look at what the customer has sent to me. If you listen carefully, you'll hear a medium level background hum coming out through the speaker. The program volume doesn't really have much effect on the sound, although if you turn the master speaker volume down, you will eliminate the sound. However, since you've turned it all the way down, now you can't use the master station. So we'll turn it back up to the normal range. And let's go ahead and turn on the radio. Here we have AM, and if we tune it, you'll see that the AM, by all appearances, doesn't seem too bad.
Anyway, from Hong Kong to New York.
But let's switch it over to FM and see what we have. Here we have it on FM, and you'll notice that the display has ever-changing numbers. And as far as I know, 55.4 is not a real FM radio station number. This is a classic sign of a failed power supply in a NuTone IM3003. Using your Phillips screwdriver, locate the 2 screws that hold the master faceplate to the wall. There's one on the right and one on the left. Once it's come away from the wall, tilt it down, and you'll find that the master station is usually supported with this support strap. On the far end of the support strap, there's a hook. If you tilt it up just a little bit, you can pull it off of whatever it's hooked over, and that allows the master station to fold down a little further. The master station is held to the wall housing with 2 hinges on the bottom of the wall housing. Those will be the very last things that we disconnect. The first thing to disconnect is the antenna. The antenna cable is this flat, translucent white cable. Normally it comes out of the top of the wall housing because it's traveling up into the attic of your house. If you follow it out of the wall housing down to the end, it's attached to the tuner board, and it has a simple block connector on the end, and you simply slide it off the block connector, and now it's disconnected. The next thing to disconnect are these 2 black ribbon cables that come from the back of the master station and plug into the terminal board. And all you have to do is carefully grab the end of the connector and wiggle it a little bit and unplug it. That's the large one. And now the small one. These are very simple. You'll notice that these are very different in size, which makes it impossible to plug them back in incorrectly. The last wire that connects the master station to the terminal board is the earth or ground wire. On an IM3003, the earth wire is a single black wire, and on the end it has this little plastic cover, and you simply grab it at the end of the plastic cover and pull it straight off, and it will unplug from the single lug connector on the terminal board. The next thing to disconnect is the power transformer. The power transformer is mounted normally in the lower left-hand corner, although sometimes it will be in the top right-hand corner of the wall housing. You'll see on the bottom of this long circuit board there's a pair of red and white wires that come off the corner of the board. If you follow those wires down, you'll see where it attaches to the transformer. To disconnect the wires from the transformer, use your Phillips screwdriver. Simply loosen the screws, and there's one wire, and there's the second wire. Now you're almost done. In this particular installation, the IM3003 Master Station also has a chime module mounted in it. The chime module is this circuit board that's mounted in the upper left-hand corner of the faceplate. It normally will have two wires attached to it. However, if your home has more than one entry door, you may also have a wire on the rear terminal or a wire on the side terminal. In this case, this home would only have a single button on the front porch. Before disconnecting the wires from the chime module, put your masking tape around each of the wires and label them in some way that will help you remember where they go later on. Here's the one to the front, and here's to the one that's marked as common. Once you've labeled the wires, use your screwdriver to loosen the screws and remove the wires. Down here in the bottom of the rough end are the hinges that hold the master station to the wall housing. To remove these, you simply loosen the screws slide the hinges forward so the large holes in the ends of the hinges match up with the screws, and lift them off. Now your 3003 has been removed and it's ready to be packed up and sent to me. Let's take a minute and talk about packaging. It's easy to see if you look at the end of the unit how much the circuit boards extend up beyond the back edge of the faceplate. These boards are very susceptible to damage during shipping if it's not packaged properly. It's necessary to wrap the unit in a lot of bubble wrap and put it in a proper sized box so it doesn't incur any damage during shipping. While we're inspecting this 3003, let's take a look at its overall cosmetic condition. You'll see that on the top it has paint spatter all over it, and on the bottom there's a lot of paint from the last time the kitchen was painted. It also has a lot of dust buildup in the grill area, and generally speaking, it's in pretty dirty condition. All of this will be taken care of when we rebuild the set.